What's up, guys? Solar Polar Bear here, and I'm going to tell you about the third event within Invictus Week. Now, we just got to see some cool stuff today, and nothing really I can complain about, honestly. So, we got to see some Crusader stuff and some Tumbril stuff. So, the Crusader stuff, right? I really have to talk about this in a certain way because it's kind of amazing to me how this game grows and fluctuates. And I keep forgetting that it does. So probably like 2 years back, I'm flying my little Aurora and I see a freelancer and I'm like, shit, dude, that ship is big. It's a large ship. So I pull up next to it, I'm sizing it up, and I'm like, holy shit, dude, that's large. You could hold a lot in that damn thing. And here I am in my little Aurora with my fucking microwave and bed, and I ain't got shit. It's small. It's a tiny ship. And I got to experience larger and larger ships like the Reclaimer, or really anything else that's bigger than Aurora. That one that refuels ships, that one was fucking huge. Or the Caterpillar. Caterpillar was one I didn't expect either. But anyways, I got to experience larger ships, and now we're fast forwarding to a completely different saga. We have the Hercules Starlifter, which continues to fucking blow my mind. I love the design of it. It is one of my favorite designs so far that has recently come out, minus the Talon. I love the Talon, and I will always vouch for the Talon's design. But the Hercules is on its own class. When I walked into the expo center, I was expecting just to see the Hercules, and in my brain, I was like, yep, I've already been inside this thing like 500 fucking times, and I've jumped out of it 500 fucking times, so I'm used to it. But nothing really puts it into this perspective as you being used to tiny ships and then walking into the expo center and seeing three of the fucking HERCs sitting there, towering over everything, and you just go, holy fuck, that thing is huge. So I skipped around a little bit. I was like, I'm not going to walk through the Herc. I've been inside of this thing so many fucking times. And I went to go play with the tank. Tank was fucking cool. I'm actually like, I was actually pissed off that they were releasing a tank because I'm like, dude, why? Why don't you start releasing some other cool shit? But the second I got in there, the design, loved it. Absolutely loved the design. Inside, it had that real cramped feel, but it felt like everything was utilized properly and efficient. So when I was switching seats and going through and kind of examining it, everything felt like it had a place. So I really got to give a lot of commends to the design team for the damn tank. So then I started walking around and I looked at the Hercules as I was walking away. I was like, cool, these things are fucking huge. No biggie, they're big. They're large ships. And I went into the other rooms and kind of explored for a bit. And then I saw the MSR. And then I realized, holy shit, the MSR is small in comparison to the Hercules. Like, I spent a lot of time with my friend while he piloted his MSR, running around throwing chess pieces and fucking just generally being a nuisance. And I was used to the insides of that thing. I was used to the outsides of the thing. I was used to driving stuff up into the damn hangar. We tried to fit so much shit into the back of that thing, and I was used to its size because to me, it was a large ship. And it was the larger one that came out that I was just absolutely surprised about. And a lot of my stuff dwarfed in comparison. But then I saw the Hercules and I'm like, holy shit, this thing's bigger than the damn MSR. That thing is huge. It towers over everything. And for a moment, I just kind of sat back and I was like, holy fuck. Like things are getting bigger. And I know I shit on the Javelin and I shit on the Bangle in my first video because everything wasn't smooth and everything was choppy. And I really didn't feel like the Javelin had much to offer. But it goes to show that they're making larger and larger ships. And I know I shit on Star Citizen and CIG on a regular basis, and I know a lot of people are going to find this video a complete change of pace compared to what I usually do, but I'm actually impressed. The size difference, as well as the size disparity between the original ships and then these ones now, is just mind blowing to me. I love it. I love that we're getting to this point, but sometimes I don't love how we're getting to this point. It really upsets me that there's certain routes taken and certain things that aren't covered. For example, we're having healing coming out, and I still haven't seen a fucking Apollo. And I'll complain about that. You guys heard me complain about the Apollo in almost every single Star Citizen video I've ever made. And on top of that, I really wish that the Hercules wasn't so restrictive with its size. There's some like invisible walls or invisible boxes on some ships that won't let them inside the Hercules, which makes it kind of sad because I like hanging out with my friend, but I certainly don't like flying in Quantum to 4 different places on a small fighter just to catch up with him. So, aside from those little complications that I have, I'm actually enjoying the path that we're taking. And yeah, sure, I can complain about the roadmap where I feel like things are being removed and changed around and I hate it. But in all reality, I'm actually enjoying what I see. And I really like what I'm experiencing. I'm experiencing growth in a game that I normally wouldn't feel. Usually games like this would release in early access and you're like, yeah, sure, I'm part of the growth. And then you experience early access for about 4 months and then you get tired of the game and leave. But for me, I joined in Star Citizen when they just had hangars and ships you couldn't fly. And then I got to see everything move through this process of breaking down and building up again until we got to this point. We got to the point where people can ram people on pads, or you can just shoot up someone in lawless areas. And that's cool to me because it's a change of pace. It's different. It's evolved. And I can always say, and I can always just fall back on the same adage of Star Citizen is never going to be released, and in 2050 or something is when we'll finally get beta. Yeah, sure, I can say that. And yeah, sure, it looks like that because all they're doing is releasing stuff that we just pay for, continue to pay their salary, and we feel like it's getting nowhere, but it is actually getting somewhere. We're actually getting some footing. For example, we're getting somewhere with ground vehicles, tanks. Tanks are pretty neat, but I feel like tanks are really not going to be used at all. Yeah, sure, you can deploy them against a bunker. Really? You're just going to fly into the bunker and go in there yourself. There's no needs to deploy a tank. There's no need to deploy a tank at all. But for me, I feel like we're making at least somewhat of a step in the right direction, is we're getting somewhere. I'd like to see in a few months where that somewhere is and what our roadmap entails, where we're going, what's our adventure, what's our journey. But I did have a lot of fun. And I look forward to seeing Drake at the end of this whole expo because Drake is one of my favorite companies through Star Citizen. I'm excited. I'd like to see what they have to offer. And, just to mention the holograms down below, we got to see the damn Ares, which I think is kind of ridiculous looking, but whatever. And then we got to see a Bat bike. It literally looks like a Batmobile bike from The Dark Knight. Anyways, honestly, that's all I really got to say, guys. I usually have a lot of complaints and a lot of other things, but I kind of want to get that rant out of the way about growth and the size of this game. And until then, I look forward to seeing you guys in the skies. Take care and peace out.